Unjun ran blind through silver pine forest, branches slicing his face, lungs on fire. Moments ago, the school camping trip was laughter and guitars around the bonfire. Now it was a hunt. The quiet, bookish boy had become the prey. "Where are you running, freak?" Harin's voice rang through the dark. Sweet when teachers listened, venom when they didn't. He stumbled, caught himself, and froze as a figure stepped out from between the trees. "Minho!" Harin's favorite hammer. Blocked. The trail grinning. Behind him, the other boys spread wide, cutting off escape toward the tents and the adults. This was supposed to be a chance. Harin had smiled, patted the log beside her, and invited him for a late-night walk. He had wanted to believe her. Now, that smile was a blade. "Scared?" she teased, flashlight trembling with fake pity. Minho grabbed his jacket. "Accidents happen out here," he said, and the way he said it made clear it wouldn't be one. "Please." Yoonjun's voice came out thin. Their eyes weren't joking. This was no prank. It was judgment. Harin, bored, gave Minho a shove. He stumbled back, dragging Yoonjun with him, and the ground was gone. The world flipped. Roots, stars, then nothing but tumbling. The impact cracked through the night. Above, pale faces stared down from the cliff's edge, horrified by what they'd done. We should get help," Chaewon whispered. "If we tell, they'll blame us." Harin's hands shook, but her voice stayed flat. "We go back. Now!" The forest swallowed them. The moon burned uncaring. Yoonjun lay broken among ferns. Pain crawled over him, slow and heavy. Hatred wrestled with despair, until darkness won. His last thought was a prayer he never believed. If anyone's listening, make them feel what they did. Something listened. Leaves shivered. A deep tread approached. Two amber eyes opened in the dark, not human, not afraid. It stepped from shadow, too large for a wolf, too deliberate for a man. Earlier that night, Mr. An had joked that Silver Pine had judges. Everyone laughed. Yoonjun hadn't. The beast rose onto two legs. With a sound like winter cracking stone, it crossed the ferns, lowered its muzzle, and bit. Fire flooded his shoulder, a pain so sharp it stole the world, then ebbed into heat that felt almost alive. The creature stepped back, sniffed the air, then vanished into the trees without a sound. Silence returned. But nothing was the same. He heard everything. Every wing beat, every whisper of grass. His dead arm twitched, then obeyed. Pain existed, but it listened. He crawled, stood and staggered toward the glow of camp until a flashlight found him. Mr. An fell to his knees, steady hands checking his pulse. "You're okay," the teacher murmured. "You're safe now." Yoonjun slept to the echo of a distant howl. Hospitals called it a miracle. The police called it an accident. Yoonjun called it survival, and told no one about Harin, Minho, or the eyes that burned gold in the dark. At home, casseroles and pity cards piled up. At night, he stood before the mirror, hearing a dog 3 blocks away and smelling food through walls. He filled a cheap notebook. Sharper sight, sharper scent, healing speed. Anger made his nails grow. Hard as knives. Calm turned them human again. He practiced until it obeyed him. When the next full moon rose, he locked himself in the backyard shed. The change tore him apart, then rebuilt him bone by bone. A wolf climbed out of his skin and went running. Hunger wasn't monstrous. It was clean. He took a deer quickly, ended it faster, and ate with reverence. Until dawn, he ran as if the night itself welcomed him. At sunrise, he woke human and shivering. Remembering everything scared him more than blood ever could. He walked home, feigned confusion, mumbled about sleepwalking. He showered and shook, then stood taller than he ever had. Back at Silverpine High, whispers followed him like static. He fought a wolf. He fell 100 feet. He's cursed. He's blessed. He didn't care. He found Harin at her locker. They locked eyes until she broke first. At lunch, a tray slammed. The clang hit his new hearing like lightning. A growl slipped out before he killed it. Minho flinched. Joel, the quiet kid from math, asked if he was all right. Yoonjun smiled at him. Joel had never laughed when others did. That evening, in the empty equipment shed, he tested the truth. Claws answered when called. They vanished when told. The wolf wasn't chaos anymore. It was part of his pulse. Later, he perched on Ha-Rin's fence, hidden among leaves. Through her window, he heard her whisper to Chae-Won, voice trembling. "I know it's him. Who else?" Minho won't answer. "Kevin avoids me. It's falling apart." "Tell the truth," Chae-Won urged softly. "Are you insane?" "I'd rather die." Mercy stirred. He kept it, for the one who deserved it. He found Chae-Won alone in the art room, rinsing brushes. She froze when she saw him. "I'm sorry," she stammered, tears already falling. "I didn't mean—" "I believe you," Yoonjun said. She blinked, shocked. "Believing you doesn't erase it. Stay away from Ha-Rin. Don't cover for her. If you see this happen again, don't stay silent." She nodded, collapsing in sobs. He left her to cry honestly for the first time. He dismantled the others cleanly. Minho swung first. Yoonjun caught his wrists and held him still until fear did its math. Do-kyun charged like a train. Yoonjun stepped aside, shoved once, and dropped him to the dirt. Taeho came with a bat. Yoonjun caught it mid-arc, felt the jolt, and tossed it into grass. He didn't break bones. He broke the story that the cruel were untouchable. Ha-Rin's court fell apart. Alone, she reached for the handgun she'd hidden, left a trembling note. "Meet me. Goodbye." Dusk silvered the old field shed. Yoonjun stepped into the open. "You wanted to talk," he said gently. "I'm here." Her hands shook. She fired. The first bullet hit his shoulder. He plucked it out, eyes steady. The second went wide. She'd already seen too much. "What are you?" she whispered. "You shouldn't have done that," he said, and let the wolf come. Bones bent. Nails curved. His howl rolled through the field like thunder closing a ledger. Ha-Rin ran. He let her. Then he was in front of her again, the night itself forming his outline. He lifted her, threw her. Not hard enough to break, just enough to make her see. "Please," she sobbed. "I'm sorry. The cliff. It was me. I told them. Please." He watched rage turn into calm light. Then he changed back, knelt beside her. "Now you know." He left her under the same moon that had judged him. The next morning, Silver Pine High felt different. Ha-Rin walked the halls like a ghost. The bullies kept their distance. Rumors still whispered, but they had no teeth. Yoonjun moved as if the halls belonged to everyone, and meant it. It should have ended there. But just before sunset, a wrongness prickled down his spine. He followed it to the edge of the woods. 4 claw marks carved deep into a tree, too high for any human. A shadow unstitched itself from the tree line. Broader. Older. "I've been looking for you, pup," it said, voice like gravel on ice. Eyes glowed behind it. 2, 4, 6. "A pack. You bit me," Yoonjun said. "You saved me." The leader tilted its muzzle. "Saved? No, we judged. You lived. So now you kill me? If we meant to kill you, you'd already be meat. We came to see what you chose." He thought of Ha-Rin's tears, of mercy held back, of how he hadn't dragged anyone to a cliff. "What did I choose?" he asked. The alpha stepped close, eyes reflecting him small and human. "You showed her the edge, and walked away, Yun." June exhaled. "So what now?" "Now you learn the rules," the leader said. "The moon makes many. Not all are monsters. But those who hunt the weak, we hunt them. It sounded less like punishment, more like belonging. They trained him in the forest's language, the etiquette of claws, the law of restraint. On full moons, he ran with them until the city vanished behind the trees. On weekdays, he sat in class, passed notes, warned teachers before fights broke out. He didn't become a hero. He became balance. Harin transferred by winter. Chaewon wrote a story about bystanders that made the principal sweat. Minho lifted weights alone and never cornered anyone again. 1. Quiet evening, mister, and found Yoon-jun coiling hose by the field. The night you came back, he said. You looked like you'd seen a ghost. I saw something, Yoon-jun answered. Mr. An studied the tree line. Silverpine's always been strict. Good to know it's still supervised. You knew? I suspected. The teacher smiled faintly. I also know a boy who fell and stood up. That's enough. The moon rose somewhere else. Coyotes called, soft and friendly. On the next full moon, where the grass met forest shadow, the pack waited. The alpha tilted his head. Ready, pup? Eun-jun looked back once at Silverpine High's windows, the cafeteria light, the janitor's slow orbit. Then he faced the dark, unafraid. Yeah, he said, and ran. He didn't run to escape anymore. He ran because he could carry both worlds. The Ed. Forest accepted his footsteps. The town accepted his return. Between them, a boy who once prayed for justice became a judge who left room for others to stand again. The forest remembered. So did he. But remembering wasn't bleeding. It was knowing where the cliff was and choosing to catch, not push. At dawn, he walked home with dew on his shoes and peace in his chest. And when laughter echoed in the hallway again, it wasn't cruel anymore. It was just a sound. He could tell the difference now, he always would.